Yeah, and also the distillery thing will help. Right now I'm in recipe development, so I'm just giving stuff away. Can't sell it. So yeah, this is the pool area, and then the pump house is built underground.
Okay. So probably the simplest thing here is to try to come up with something that can bolt onto this.
Yep.
Guess we could go back there and go. Maybe we could go back there and go around that plant there.
Right. And then you have a little oasis.
Reconnect. Yeah. Yeah, just gonna be a little claustrophobic, I think, trying to get to the
Yeah, walking past. The pool edge doesn't start right there, but yeah, I see what you mean.
This kind of disappears into this pond area.
There's a waterfall.
Yeah. Okay. All right, it's stacked.
Yeah, there's a 30-meter drop right there,
Yeah.
but it's bedrock.
Okay.
Okay. This is the highest point of the cliff, actually, right at that smokehouse area.
Right, okay.
It drops. It's a straight drop. Over 10 meters, it drops 30 meters.
Okay. How far down? Where does your property go?
Oh,
The pond?
all the way up to the pond.
Okay.
But we're gonna lease 20 acres of that land from the farmer who owns 90 acres and grow barley on it.
Okay.
And then malt it ourselves. We have 5 acres of forest off the side here.
Okay.
So all the way up until the next property line,
Right.
where you can see the next house, that's where our property stops.
Okay.
So it's about like 200 feet down that way or something like that. And it's all flat down there.
Right.
It's not sloped. So it just drops in a cliff,
Yeah.
and then it goes straight off into that really huge cedar in the far back there.
Okay.
And I was thinking of, if we need wood, that cedar's like probably like 10 people around or something.
Right.
I don't know.
Okay.
Wow.
And then there's just a bunch of maples all over, it looks like.
Yeah.
So they should
Okay.
look nice in the summer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So I think this is probably, maybe just keep going off this wall. Probably just try to stay right to the edge of the patio. Then somewhat head through that bush or just come up with something and then pick it back up on the other side.
Yeah, the only issue would be cutting off the waterfall area.
Well, I don't think we'd have to go across the waterfall.
Could you jog around it?
I think we could go, we'd have to stay either just off or on, and then head through here.
Yep. Yeah, right by the sitting area.
Yeah, and then pick up on the other side of this tree and then
Yeah.
close that off. I think that's probably the easiest.
Sounds good.
So,
Yeah, that'd be a good step one though for safety.
yeah.
Do you want to go down to the pump house?
Sure.
What color of a fence do you want?
Just safety height for around a pool.
Yeah, 42 maybe.
So there's a little bathroom down here. And that's a shower.
Yeah.
And then we've got a change room and a toilet here.
Right. Oh, look at that.
Straight from the 1966.
Totally.
But it still works, I think.
Yeah.
And then a machine room.
Okay.
And that looks like a little more updated. The pool looks okay, I think.
Is the place that you're selling here on Gabriola? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little Boulevard. It's
Yeah.
the blue house
It's
at the
down
end.
Oh,
from
okay,
Sandra.
Yeah.
We're listing tomorrow.
Nice.
So I've been landscaping all day and night. So this area, it's all kind of like fenced off a little bit.
Yeah.
I guess we could worry all this. Phase 2 is after we get zoning. We
Yeah.
could talk about distillery stuff later.
Yeah.
But I want to build a little bit where the slope's low, build a little bit of a gate and a path down for my own personal use.
Yeah.
And then that area right there in the center where
Yeah.
it starts clearing, I think that would be the distillery site
Oh, okay.
because the waterfall comes down the hill there.
Oh, okay.
And if we're going to do a wheel, that's where.
Yeah.
And then parking lot is close to the road. You can see it from the road. You want people to see it and
Yeah.
come in. I don't want to be
Nice.
way off in the woods.
And then it's kind of nicely detached from the house living area.
Yeah, nobody can come up here.
Yeah.
And you won't hear them either because they're under a cliff.
Yeah.
So it's,
Perfect.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when we saw this place, we're like, yep, we're here.
Check.
All right, now, do you want to
do a perimeter, like do the outside.
Perimeter first,
and, yeah,
okay.
Then we can go in. And,
Well, we're on the fence topic.
yeah.
So fence idea is obviously the cedar split rail, and then a grand gate entrance of some sort with an auto opener.
Yeah.
Green would be nice for the fence gate, or for the gate.
And then you're
Just
gonna
cedar, raw cedar.
Try and connect this all together so the yard's contained. Is that the?
It doesn't have to be fully contained. It should just go to the tree line or
Okay.
something, so that it feels more private.
Yeah.
And we're not trying to keep deer out.
Okay. Do you have pets you're trying to keep in?
Nope.
Okay.
If cats want to run away, they will.
Okay. Well, I'd say in my experience with the stuff here is just, it's not like it's a costly product, but just you end up with so much of it, it adds up quickly. So
Yeah.
I think again that might be just a tier 2 item that if we got to concentrate on getting stuff done for the house and
The
safety,
fence line?
we can come back to this.
Well, this fence is kind of falling apart here,
Yeah.
so it might be nice to get the gate entrance good,
Yeah.
because my wife's mostly worried about curb appeal, because
Right.
she doesn't like the curb appeal of this place
Right.
very much.
Okay.
But Dan, my friend Dan, who lives next door now,
Yeah.
was saying that you could get driftwood off the beach and use that for split rail too.
You can. It's just a heck of a lot of labor to try and make all that work too, right? So it's
Yeah,
just-
but it's cheaper, right?
it's at the end of the day, you know.
And I'd be doing the labor.
There,
So.
well, that's where that's.
Me and Dan would go pick up a ton of driftwood,
Okay.
and then that would make it a lot faster.
Yep.
As far as like putting that in the
In the
sooner
day.
in the
Yep.
near future.
Okay. There's some consistency questions that come with that, but it's good. You guys want to put the effort into it, I'm sure you can.
Well, that was his idea,
Yeah.
but he's the guy who does Gabriel Island Food Exchange or Food Transfer.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Hi. This is Rena. She owns the home.
Okay.
Well, currently, but pretty soon we're gonna do a,
That transfer.
yeah. How you doing?
I'm okay. Yep. I like putting my sheets on the line when it's a day like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it's the line is way behind that workshop, but still,
Yeah.
when I take them off, it's so nice.
Yeah.
They smell wonderful.
All right. So, here's the front entrance. I guess we could talk about that now. So where the inspector found bulging was the paint on that roof line and on the siding here.
Right.
I think that's all because this is where the slope of the roof hits, and it
Right.
hit the eaves, and it just like kind of spilled down through
Right,
the
right,
eaves.
right.
But I don't know if it's still ongoing or whatever happened. But either way, we're gonna need some serious. Oh yeah. I think we should double the size of every window, basically,
What? Okay.
if possible.
Yeah.
Maybe not every window, but replace every window and double the size of the windows in the front. Like go with a window wall in the front. And then keep the board and batten or whatever it's tongue and groove.
That is, yeah.
Keep the tongue and groove and just repaint it, and then just do a fascia or facade of like river rock or stone at the bottom, because this is on a giant rock. So bring the rock up to the center line might look kind of cool.
If we're redoing a bunch of windows and making things bigger, we will not have much siding left,
Okay.
and a lot of the stuff will break as we go. So that's something to keep in mind.
So the windows are losing their seals, so they get really foggy in the middle.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good time to update them anyway. And it'll improve the look of the place a lot, I think.
That is a cool view.
Yeah, the structure's really good too. There's been no movement in the last 55 years, so it should be decent.
Nice look down the channel.
Yeah, from the deck it's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a renter.
Okay. All right.
We're not going to touch the rental suite.
Yeah.
Garage door, new garage door.
Is it being used as a garage or just storage?
No, it's a storage for a tractor.
Okay.
It doesn't have sufficient venting for vehicle storage.
Okay. All right.
We don't need to do any landscaping really, because I kind of like this just short mossy grass thing.
Yeah.
It's like a hillside, so. But maybe work with the natural kind of little trees that are in the front for the facade, because there's two little trees here. If one needs to move, that's okay, but this one's kind of cute though.
That one's nice. I don't think there's much endearing about this one.
No, this one's all right.
And you're wanting to dress this entrance up, so.
Nice to widen the stairs.
Yeah. So right now it's not really doing it for us, but if we took the porch out a little bit and down to the end, and then make the stairs instead of coming direct, kind of a little angle, and we could, even if we're going mid-century modern, do like stepped concrete slabs rather than stairs. Then change the pitch of this to like a straight across, right? One straight across, and then you got an extra window space up top for light to come in.
This is all not going to fit in 150 grand. Though.
No, these are just ideas.
Okay. Just want to make sure where we're going.
Yeah. What would it cost to do this kind of entrance with the resloping?
Well, I'm
not looking for quotes,
the roof, but I think like as a budget in regards to just changing something up here, we could probably be in the 20-25 grand range pretty quick.
For the front door?
Yeah, just to. I'm wondering though, really, I don't know about expanding the straight. Like, I really don't think you're gonna sit out here or ever use it. It's on the shady side of the house, and it's on the street.
And there's a huge deck on the back.
Yeah, so I think probably the cleanest thing to do would actually be kind of clean it all up, widen the stairs, but just go straight up into the house with a landing, and just try to dress up the entrance piece instead of having these flanking walls.
Yeah. And we've already got a big wide door space, so just like a nice looking door, maybe with a header piece as well.
Yeah, you could definitely go down to a single with a window package versus a big double door system. Like, I think that would help too.
Yeah.
And then you wouldn't have this feeling that you need to go so wide with the stairs after that.
Yeah, and this is a pretty steep slope for a rancher. Like, it's a big staircase for a rancher.
Yeah. Well, yeah, technically not. Like, well,
looks like a rancher.
Floor, yeah, it feels like a rancher, yeah.
Yeah, because of such a low pitched roof with only one layer of windows, and then this like big old staircase. It looks out of place. Like, I gotta climb stairs going to the house.
Yeah, you can almost grade it up a little bit here.
Well, it'd be nice to kind of lose this weird thing. Like,
that's an afterthought for sure.
So we get the grade up.
Yeah, I mean the slope's already right for that.
Yeah. Bring the grade up, so maybe.
And there's already water. There's already an issue with this slope kind of being wrong. So you see how it channels water straight down to the house. So it goes into this privacy screen.
Yeah.
And then who knows? It's taking a jump and going into the pit. I guess I don't know. But yeah, resloping this with dirt would probably be a good way to make this look less weird.
I think so.
I think you snap all that out and gravel it, and then fix the rainwater meters and the drainage systems. But I think you lose this whole return piece.
If you were going to address the roof and go single pitch, it would give you the height to go higher on the door.
Yeah.
Down the road.
You'd have to re-engineer the trusses or something.
Well, this is gonna be a roof on beam system, so like it wouldn't be worth the money, not on this house.
Because you'd have to just take everything out.
I would be pulling the whole top of the house off.
Right.
To work.
Okay.
Like, I'd rather see you spend money on stuff that you're much going to enjoy a lot better.
And a little bit of if you put metal on the roof, can you angle it a little bit more?
We could bring some pitch up on the metal. We could go down to like almost a 212 pitch on standing seam metal as long as it's locked.
Okay.
And it's got to have a full membrane underneath it. So like these areas would be no problem. It's some of these other slopes that we'd have to work on. But we could certainly bring the ridge up if we're redoing the roof and it's got some rot. We could pull all that up from the top side, so we're not having to deal with the inside.
Yeah.
We kind of have to go piece by piece because it does rain randomly around here, and the last thing we need is it raining in the house.
Right into it.
So it's still a lot of work to do, but
We might not even need to change much pitch with the metal.
You might not need to, yeah.
Because if the front looks really nice with this current slope, this is the slopiest part anyway.
Yeah.
So if you exaggerate the slope with design choices.
Yeah, I agree. We could do a lot for this. I actually think half of the battle is the door's just way too big. Like, I think
And it's too high.
Whatever we're doing in the inside, whatever that lands in, we'll see that when we go inside. I think we could condense this down and give you probably some storage, but we don't need to have such a broad piece.
Yeah.
It could easily be a nice big door with
some windows.
Single door with two side lights beside it, which would be about the width of the stairs now.
Yeah.
And then you got something that makes sense of why you come up
Right.
to that entry point.
Plus, their positioning of the door is like skewed to the right in a
Yeah.
sense that it makes you feel like there's a missing something right here.
Yeah.
And all that is missing there is a straight drop to a lattice, which
Yeah.
looks pretty unsightly. And also the German influence on the pillars.
That's all gotta go.
Yeah.
But I would completely lose the wings.
Yeah, and some
And
nice.
try to get it into a size that we could literally, we might have to rebuild the stairs, but maybe we're as wide as this,
Right.
and then we just come straight up and right into the side of the house, and that's the entrance.
Yeah.
So it's just a little bit of too much up there.
And exterior, from the exterior, we'd got to figure out some sort of finishes for the whole house too.
Yeah, and I think this house could pull off a bunch, like maybe some mixed medium, like we could do some, maybe some. It depends on how far you want to go, but some corrugated steel. Or you could do some. I don't know how much maintenance you want to do, or if you want to get into cedar sidings, or
I think no cedar siding, just because I don't like how they age.
Right.
I don't like the look of them.
so maybe some hardy panel and some.
Yeah. I'm drawn
bit more
to
modern.
like the sort of craftsman style look
Yeah.
of things.
Okay.
Robin likes anything that looks really good and clean.
Yeah.
She likes mid-century modern,
Right.
but she also really loves our Cape Cod, and
Yeah.
she's liked every Frank Lloyd Wright building that we've seen and stuff. So
Right.
as long as it looks really nice, I
Right.
think she'll be happy.
We could do some broad panel, board and batten, but like broaden out the board part.
Yeah.
Like in lieu of like a traditional, which is like maybe 8 inches or
Yeah.
whatever. We could get to 12 or 18 inches on the board.
Like a
and then,
barn.
And then do battens just to kind of lengthen the details out and make it less busy. Losing all the shutters will help. Changing up the windows, even go into a colored window.
Yeah,
You're
like
gonna
tint.
swap them out.
Yeah.
Go black out, white in, or something along those lines. Or
Yeah, and the
so-
color palette's going to be a big update too.
Yeah.
Like just making it all really cohesive, like I don't know, maybe like putty and white and
Right.
something like that would make it look really clean.
Yeah.
But stonework's really expensive.
Yeah.
Roof repairs are gonna, like roof reworks are gonna be expensive.
Yeah.
This house alone, windows and doors, just for the parts, we're probably talking about 25 grand in just parts, right?
Right. And we want to have enough to make the inside a little.
Yeah. And we still got the back porch to talk about, right?
I think the back porch doesn't need too much,
Okay.
but windows are going to make a huge difference there.
I don't think the siding's gonna survive a re-and-read.
Yeah. But with new windows and new siding, that'll help a lot with the
Yeah, I
cook.
think this just needs to be snapped off so we can stop this issue. Go to gravel, like pick a spot and go to gravel with pavers.
Yeah.
So we've got better drainage through here because this is really just a waterfall, of
Like
product.
it's pasty the whole
Yeah.
time.
I can imagine that's a little dangerous.
Clean it out, charcoal or something that it's a lot more muted.
And put some of that grippy decky stuff on it.
Yeah. This is fun.
Totally fun. Gonna go ahead with the camera.
It would have been like my G.I. Joe heaven when I was a kid, or like Lego.
Yeah, that's pretty cool for kids to play on.
Look at that. That's cool.
Yeah, outdoor kitchen. It's got a cast iron smoker
Yeah.
and a fireplace. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think you'll have to come over and have barbecue at some
Oh,
point.
yeah. Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, this doesn't need any work. We'll just leave it as is.
Yeah, a little bit of paint maybe. And
I don't even really care that much. I think it's fine. I like its rustic look.
Yeah.
Look.
look at this. This is awesome.
Yeah. So this wood stove pipes smoke right into that thing.
So cool.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And you can throw wet wood chips in this little oven there.
Love it.
It's totally wild.
Yeah, and you got a sick view from up here too. So it's not as much ocean, but it's like pretty high up.
Yeah. Nice big pond.
Yeah, that's to do all their irrigation for the 90 acres. That's fed by that little trickle stream, but it's not a big stream.
So that farm then is the one that has the runway kind of running right through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to go on the exterior again?
Sure.
Or
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything we have to look at here, but
Like this siding is looking okay. Like this, probably we could leave a lot of it.
wider,
just
too.
Yeah, just fix the windows and paint it out.
Yep.
And go dark down here. Keep the top maybe a little lighter.
Yep.
Kind of keep that. But I would hesitate to start doing a lot of stone. Like
That's fine.
You just where do you stop it, and then it just ends up being. Like
That siding down there needs some
that's
help.
amazing. We could change all that out to hardy board, like hardy siding, and paint it. It'll last forever.
Yep.
But
the deck looks pretty good.
you get going on stone, and you know it adds up to it's about $50 to $60 a square foot.
Yeah.
In the city.
And there's like 2,000 square feet.
Yeah, there's a lot here.
Yeah.
Like you could easily drop 50, 80K in a heartbeat if you start doing too much of it. And so I think we should get you into some long-lasting finishes, stuff that you won't.
I'm fine with hardy plank, especially with mid-century.
Yeah. And then we could do a hardy panel ripped, or even a hardy panel placed, and then just it'd have to be a division of 4s for the battens because you want to land on a seam. But we could do full panels and just like put a single batten in the center and just have a really nice wide field of stuff on the top.
Because it isn't as a low and wide house, so that would give a little more verticality to it too.
Yeah, and then make the base dark so it kind of blends into the hillside, and then lighten up.
Yeah,
the
that
top.
does what I wanted the rock to do anyway.
Sounds good. Okay.
So up on the deck.
Yeah.
So the railing needs.
That's locked.
Oh.
Oh no, it's not. It's just locked.
The deck itself looks decent to me.
Yeah, paint on.
The railing is a little wobbly for my liking, but not super wobbly.
Yeah.
So you got a nice big deck space.
Yeah. There's a prawning spot down there.
You go prawning down there?
Yeah.
So there's no way to get from the dining room. Yeah. Like if this was a window wall with a door in it,
Definitely.
like a full window wall. And I doubt this is structural.
A big multi-slider.
Yeah.
It'll have a beam in there, but that's okay.
Yeah. Like a big multi-side on one side and a floor to ceiling on the other side.
Yeah.
Because this could be a lovely, entertaining deck.
Yeah. And then if you're redoing the roof, would you want to carry the roof out a little bit further to give you some covered space out here?
That's all about costs. Like if it's up to you guys, I guess.
I think if you were doing that, you might want to look at doing it as like an aluminum frame with glass, so you're not killing all your light and everything that comes into the space.
Right.
But then you could still have some covered dining space out here. You might end up going down there a fair bit though.
Yeah, I mean, there's an outdoor kitchen, and plus the dining room's right there.
Okay.
So it's gonna be like,
Yeah.
I don't know if it need to overhang too much. It would look really cool though.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of windows to clean too if we're doing aluminum glass up high.
Yeah, it's, you know, you just generally give it a couple washes every year to get stuff off of it, but you know, right now it's winter, like our sun's still pretty low,
Yeah.
so in the summer months, you're essentially going to be, all these windows will be in the shadow.
Yeah.
Right? So you can end up being pretty dark in there.
This
So-
window wall is gonna add a lot.
What's that?
I was thinking, if you were too far, it's nice to have a spot where you can still fit some patio furniture and take it back if it's raining and
Yeah.
still enjoy it.
I'm happy with, like, that sounds like a good idea as long as it's doable. I'm totally happy with it. And then would you keep this door since you have a big slider there? Maybe just for convenience or something?
I think it depends on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Look at that next.
And then this is the flat roof part that's been patched up a couple times. So that's the flat part of the roof.
Right.
But
It's all torch on.
yeah, but actually, like, this slope is, I think it'll be good as long
Yeah.
as we make the right choices. It'll
Yeah.
be
Dave, can you go with a couple of pictures of this?
Yeah.
I'll upload this video to YouTube and send you the link too for the whole walkthrough.
Yeah.
Did they have a floor plan? Like a...
Yeah, I have a medium resolution one.
Okay.
It's good enough to see details, but I don't know if it's 100% accurate down to the foot because it's done by a realtor.
Well, we could just use it to start the model.
Yeah.
And then.
They might even have a digital file that if you ask for it to be released to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not the listing agent anymore. It was an old listing, so I doubt he'd be cooperative.
Okay. Who was it?
Velson.
Oh. Maybe not.
We got this place private sale, so
Right.
I don't think he's super happy about that.
Gotcha.
They had a bidding war, and then Rena backed out
Uh-huh.
2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, that is a nice view.
Yeah. Yeah, if I was going to continue the roof, I'd probably continue it maybe just on that side, because it would give you some shadow in the end of the day, but it would still, you'd still get all the morning light.
Yeah.
But, and if that's coming off the dining room, you could have a little outdoor eating area there.
And
It's better from down here.
we own the land up till where that forest ends.
Okay.
So we own the bottom of that cliff too, just in case that
We're gonna
matters.
start a rock climbing area here.
I know, it's insane. Well, there's already going to be frisbee golf, so
Yeah.
like, rock climbing could be an insurance nightmare for me too. But I think there's some pretty nice
Yeah.
trees there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, especially if you can get the distillery down with like peekaboo views into this. Like,
Well, yeah,
it'd be,
that's
like,
the whole point.
awesome.
Like, we could see down there later.
Yeah.
But the tour will take you down here and then to the barley field. So that 20
Right.
acres there will be the barley field.
Oh, sweet.
So you'd be looking over your own barley,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Very cool.
And I'm not going to grow the barley, but I'll hire some.
Yeah.
Still cheaper than buying it.
You're gonna be too busy selling product.
Yeah. And like making it.
Yeah.
90% of your time probably goes towards doing the books, though.
Yeah, somewhat. Is the inside?
Yeah, I think we're invited. I'll stop this video now.